Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to Prime Live. So this evening we do have a bit of a foreign flair on the show. We've had somebody from France earlier on, and now we've got our guest from the UK. I'm delighted to be joined by Zafar Majid and Yahya Khan, all the way from the UK. Assalamu alaikum, welcome to
Walaikum
Prime
salam
Live.
wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I'm so delighted to have you in studio with us, and welcome to South Africa. Welcome to INX Prime.
Thank you so much for inviting us.
Thank you. Just before we start and go into the heaviness of the conversation, how has your experience of South Africa been?
It's been an eye opener. Absolutely delighted to be in South Africa. And it's the community spirit which I love the most in terms of people getting together, more laid back, sort of social atmosphere that we have here, which unfortunately a lot of that we've lost in the UK because we seem to be on this treadmill of always on the go. And we're not relaxing as much as we used to be.
Yahya, your thoughts on your visit so far?
Pretty similar, Brother Zafar has mentioned. We lived our life in UK 40 plus years, and what we have experienced here is something amazing. Is a brotherly atmosphere. Wherever you go, it's just like these people have time for you. Whereas in UK, or even you go to, I'm from Bangladesh, Pakistan, you go to back home, people don't have that time for you. Obviously, here it's just something extraordinary. Wherever we've been to, well, we are in Pretoria now. We've been to Johannesburg. We've been to Durban. Everywhere you go, people have that time for you. This is where most of our community are going, falling in a way in other parts of European countries.
So we know you in South Africa for the World Peace Movement. You said the World Peace Movement arrives in South Africa. Tell our viewers a bit more about it. And we know you have some more shows scheduled for Johannesburg for the rest of the week.
We have indeed. This is a series of programs that we are running throughout the 3 city tours of South Africa, Durban, Pretoria, and Johannesburg, where we are inviting people to come and where we share with them some most important teachings, knowledge, and tools which they can take back with them and implement in their lives for a complete transformation. And what is that transformation that we are aiming for? We are aiming for them to live their lives as per the Muhammadan character, to live their lives on that prophetic path as taught to us by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And one of the biggest problems, Muhammad, is that now we, even as Muslims, we live our lives worshipping Allah, but worshipping in a very ritualistic fashion. We're disconnected with our Almighty Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is one of the reasons where a lot of people do not find that inner peace. And they're looking for peace out there, elsewhere, which is not able to fulfill that void inside of them.
You mentioned something so important, that we're living our lives seeking that peace, seeking that inner peace. And Islam itself should bring the peace to us. But so many times the ritualistic way and just a so dogmatic way that we've been taught. We have no issue and we have no problem with Islam. Islam is a perfect way of life. I think over the years we've become so rigid and so difficult and made it difficult for people to come in and not shown the love and the mercy and the rahmah. I mean, Allah mentioned, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. He sent Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam as a rahmah, as a mercy. And we're losing the mercy. And that's what we need to bring back to show Islam as being this easy religion.
The name Islam itself means peace. Allah's name is As-Salam. He is peace. So this very religion that many of us, like myself, been born into, we take for granted. And we have not been able to taste the sweet nectar of Islam the way it is meant to be practiced. And as I've just mentioned earlier, we've just been bogged down now with ritualistic aspects of worship, which unfortunately are not doing anything for us now. And that's why when people read their salah, they want to read it so quickly as if they are discharging a burden, like a chore. When Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that the salah is the coolness of my eyes. And one of the best examples I give to people is that when Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu was shot by an arrow once, and although in those days they didn't have anesthetics where they can numb your leg and pull the arrow out. And he said to the blessed companions, let me go into salah let me prostrate and then pull it out, I won't feel it. And that was the state of their salah, that they used to transfer to another spiritual realm, that which me and you are unable to do due to the many distractions and the noise and the pollution that has entered our minds.
You know, so many times they say, if you've forgotten where you put your car keys or if you've forgotten where you've left something,
I know what you're going to say. Yes.
going pray to the salah, not for guidance because you're going to remember, because your mind is going so
Yeah.
off track. And it's quite a sad indictment on us that salah, which should have been the most special moment, you've got 5-10 minutes alone with you and your creator. We're losing the essence of it
Yes.
because of all the noise around us, as you mentioned.
Mm.
So for us coming back, how do we come back as an ummah? How do we take those baby steps now to reconnect with our religion, which is the most perfect religion?
Look, if you have a friend that you like meeting, that you like sitting in their company, it's because you know about that friend. That's why you like that particular person's company. You know what they've done for you. Maybe they've done favors for you in the past. And that love, that companionship is there. It's exactly the same that we have to build that love and companionship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to build that love and companionship with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because these are the personality like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has done so much for us. The sacrifices they've made, they've given us so much like favors that they've bestowed upon the ummah. And likewise, look, what can we say about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Look at the whole universe is there to serve the human being. So why would we not love the entity that has blessed us with so much?
Another thing I needed to ask you is, we in South Africa especially, we have a very young community. South Africa has mostly youth in the country under the age of 45. Even in the Muslim community, we have our elderly, the stalwarts of our community who've been going to the masjid 5 times a day for the last 40, 50 years. What we're seeing is a disconnect with the youth going to the masjid, taking part in Islamic programming. Everything seems to be very much focused upon social media and what we can achieve by posting something on Instagram, posting something on TikTok, listening to a talk on TikTok, for example. How do we get our youth more connected to Islam? Because I think we're losing a very big part of the ummah, and they're going to be the future of the ummah.
Absolutely. You mentioned about social media. Why do people post on there? Because they want to be known. They want to be seen to be successful. And what we need to do is that we need to bring them back into the roots of what Islam is about. Islam is success. Not only is it peace, it's success for this world and in the hereafter. There's this big misconception that, okay, if I be good, if I be religious, spiritual, that's for my next life, it's for the hereafter. That's absolutely wrong. That's not the way I was taught as well. I mean, I was taught that dunya is here, this is your religious aspect, and they can be compartmentalized. You can put your religion in a pigeonhole and you can practice it when you want to practice it at a certain times. Whereas religion, spirituality, it should be encompassing 24/7 of your life. Because if you want success in this world, why not become friends with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who holds the keys to the treasures of this dunya, not just the hereafter. He holds the keys to the success of this world as well. So he will bestow all the blessings, all the success, all the wealth, all the name and fame, if you seek it lawfully from him by pleasing him.
Wow, that's put so beautifully, because so many times we say, be good in this world because your akhirah will be made. But you mentioned it so beautifully
We have
there.
to reverse it.
Allah holds the keys to success in this world
Yes.
and the year after.
Yes,
And
yes.
the keys to, we all want to be successful in this world.
Yeah.
We want to be successful materially as well as being successful religiously.
If somebody is not connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there are many examples that we see. Maybe they're criminals, gangsters, fraudsters. They look outwardly successful in this world, which inspires youngsters to want to look like them. Just remember, those people will be outwardly successful just in this world. They've already sacrificed the never-ending life of eternity in the hereafter. But also the ones who gain success without being connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, majority of them will not have peace inside of them. especially if they've amassed their wealth illegally, unlawfully. They'll be looking over their shoulder. They may have a sudden downfall, fall from grace. Where we have seen so many of people like that get humiliated in this world, whether they get arrested or killed or whichever way it is, that success is never long lasting.
It's a very temporary success. I know I'm running out of time. Before we go, Sheikh Yahya, the balance of your tour, you're going to be in South Africa for a few more days, just for the benefit of our viewers. How many more programs will you be having?
We have got one booked in for tomorrow,
Yeah.
and then we have got
One for Friday evening, and even Saturday in your locality here at the Lakewood Center.
Okay, so just tell us about tomorrow and Friday. Where will the events be taking place?
Tomorrow, beg your pardon, sorry, it's Friday night at the Abu Bakr Siddiq Masjid
in Erasmia in
Pretoria, Erasmus, and then on Saturday night at the Rasuli Center after Isha.
Okay, so to our viewers in Pretoria, you've got 2 more events. In Johannesburg at Lakewood, we've got 1 more event. I think this evening's talk has been so much of a mouth-watering and an appetizer to what you can expect at the event. So if you're in the area, are the events free or do you need
free events?
So free events in Pretoria and Johannesburg over the next few days. To the viewers out there, now's your chance. You've got maybe 10 or 12 minutes with our guests here telling us about what to expect. I think it's going to be really, really important. So if you are in the area, please make a trip to the Rasuli Center, to Masjid Abu Bakr Siddiq, or to Lakewood. Before I let you go, any final thoughts to our viewers out there?
Yes, always try and live in the divine presence. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with us, watching us and hearing us, and He is the ultimate bestower of benefits, gifts, success, and honor. And this is what we should be aiming for, that we only get success if it pleases, if it's in alignment with the divine sort of teachings. Otherwise, everything else is just false and it's fake.
Zafar, Majid, Yahya Khan, Jazakallah so much for your time, and we wish you the best for the rest of your tour in South Africa.
Thank you so much.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you for having us.
To our viewers out there, I think a really important talk, and as I mentioned a few minutes ago, there's 3 more shows, 3 more programs available for you to go and attend. I think it's so beneficial for us as we navigate through the challenges that we are facing as an ummah, and I think it's so refreshing to listen to different viewpoints and also just to get how we as an ummah can move forward. We're going to take a short break now, so stay tuned.